All right, KMR getting ready for Formula Drift Road Atlanta. Road Atlanta being a very fast and demanding track, and coming out of the last event at Formula Drift Long Beach, we had some front end steering issues and we had some battle damage to fix, and I wanted to make sure we were making as much power as possible as we go into some of the faster tracks on the Formula Drift series. So we did some maintenance, fresh plugs, NGK, fresh oil. We got the 2050 Renewable Lubricants Racing. And I think somebody was actually asking what oil specifically I run, and we're running their actual racing oil, and I do like a heavier viscosity, the 2050. We don't race in cold weather generally, or anything that I would consider cold. So in pretty much all of the Mazda Tricks race team motors and KMR race team motors, we're always opting for a little heavier viscosity. Mentally, I think it's a little better protection. I don't know if it actually is, but that's what I've always done, and I'm sticking to it. And then obviously we're running the renewable premix. We changed all the fluids in the gearbox, in the differential. We made some gear changes as we go into Road Atlanta, so we're running a different rear end ratio. And we found some hardware that was starting to fatigue, so just generally giving the car a full once-over nut and bolt, we ended up changing some axle hardware. Not sure that the left rear wheel made any contact with the wall, but I didn't like the looks of some of the hardware, and because that contact had happened on the left rear side, and we're still cleaning it up a little bit, we're doing basically a full maintenance to this left rear corner to make sure everything is either new or top operation as we go into Road Atlanta, because it is a high-speed track. It's very demanding on the cars. It's demanding on the cooling, it's demanding on the horsepower, and it's demanding on the chassis. The cockpit feeling good. I got no complaints in here. New NRG seat, steering wheel, Sicky handbrake, HDT gearbox. Everything's actually working fantastic. Haltech dash. So it's a nice office. And then we are running this year a triple disc off the shelf Exity clutch. So it's kind of cool that we're basically able to pull the clutch right off the shelf. Maybe I can do a talk on that later on in the year, but it's one of their triple disc ceramic metallics. I think it's the Exity Hyper series. And at this point, Exity's been working on their clutches both in OEM cars and in aftermarket racing application for so long. And we've been with them for so long that we know not only what they're giving us is rated to do the job, really happy about that, 1,000 horsepower rated, and it's an off-the-shelf item, which makes it easy for us to get and obtain, and also easy for us to offer it to customers. And that's something that can be put right into the HDT gearbox, because the HDT gearbox can come with a Mazda spline or other optional splines. So that's just kind of cool stuff, 1,000 horsepower drift cars, able to run off-the-shelf components in exceptionally unique aftermarket gearboxes. It's an accumulation of the industry working together to make cool custom builds possible. I think that's really unique. Like I mentioned, Precision Turbo's been helping us out, so we've been making some improvements to that setup. Nelson, our tuner, been working with us on the nitrous system, and we've been working with Radium Engineering on the fuel system. So with Radium, always happy with their stuff. We're trying to optimize the system. We want to be able to utilize more nitrous. Right now we're running a twin 100 shot, so two-stage 100-shot system. And I'd like to work that system a little harder, but I believe we need a little more fuel delivery to keep up. And that's actually not an issue with Radium's components. It's actually an issue with our vacuum line system and the way it's designed, and the rising rate fuel pressure regulator and the way it ties into the boost and vacuum side of the engine. So it's something that we're realizing we need to upgrade on our end so the system can function better. And then we'll be able to run some more nitrous, probably run some more boost, and go after those big displacement cars even harder. Little image, basically you can see what our dry sump tank looks like. If you haven't seen it before, we've got our nitrous, our dry sump tank, our fuel system, all mounted low and midship in the car, trying to get as much weight as possible over the rear axle. And then we've got some of our other weight like radiator, batteries, and catch cans mounted even further back, trying to keep the more fragile stuff in a little safer area, and stuff that's a little more easily replaceable in the back crunch area of the car. And then obviously the big intake duct here on the roof for the radiator. Everything's functioning good on the cooling side. Everything's functioning good on the oil side, the nitrous side. Really, it was a handling issue out at Long Beach. And so now I think we've got that dialed in, and we're looking forward to getting out to Road Atlanta. So on top of some great engine builds, working with Mazda Tricks, some of our other customers, the team's been hard at work on the Formula Drift car, so I could get everybody's stuff done before we ship this out, and the team and I fly out for a fun weekend out at Road Atlanta. So make sure to watch Formula Drift, check it out online, or check out the KMR channel, because we'll obviously be putting out some media while we're out there and after the event. And we've got a lot more rotary content in the works. We've got engine builds, we've got technical discussions, and I just really appreciate everybody enjoying the channel. Please continue to comment. Let me know what you would like us to cover. Mazda Tricks, always a great partner, letting us use different parts, check out different things that come through the shop. And obviously we work together on a lot of our collaborations, and they're a big partner in the race car. So thank you, Mazda Tricks. And thank you, Exity and Renewable Lubricants, eFlex, Vitor, Haltech, WiseFab, Megan, Big Duck, NGK, NRG, DNA, HET, XXR, Radium, Formula Drift, Hot Pit, Mishimoto, AWS, Rap Legends. And if you made it this far, I really am grateful that you're watching the channel. I think that's a BRAP, PCI, E&J, Brave Energy. If I forgot you, I'm sorry. We appreciate you. And I hope everybody checks out the store. We've got new merch that's been dropping recently, and all of the classic products, and we're going to start offering more OEM parts as we revise the website very soon. So please check out KMR. That is a BRAP.